Hi guys, so I am now at the Perodua plant in Rawang. The objective of my visit today is to attend a quick media preview of the new SUV reportedly named the Ativa. But before we go in, these guys, they are not messing about with their SOPs, because before we are allowed into the plant to proceed with the itinerary, we actually have to do an on-the-spot COVID test. This is going to be fun.
Save about 500 bucks.
To save about 1,000 plus.
To work out cheaper for me.
4,000.
215, even more.
It's for 200 plus. 400 bucks of savings. Okay, so here goes nothing. I just saw Eugene do it earlier. It seemed straightforward enough. Yeah, first time. Yes, that's right.
It seems extremely scary, but it is actually not painful. It is very ticklish and uncomfortable.
Okay, understand. Ticklish and uncomfortable, I'll take that. Yeah.
Because your nose is probably sensitized to the level where your finger can fit, but everything behind that is not sensitized, so
Alright.
it's very sensitive.
Alright.
So when this goes in, you feel it.
Yeah.
So it's ticklish.
Okay, so I'm going to like grab hold of my own t-shirt.
You don't have to do that.
Yeah, alright.
Okay.
Okay. So it's not painful, it's ticklish and uncomfortable. Okay, understand. Alright, let's get it done.
Relax. Very good. One more side. Feels like it's going down the throat, but no, just a minute. Done.
Done.
Okay. Normal
Wah,
to here.
Machi bike. It's not painful, but it's not an experience I get. Okay, good news. It's done. I'm negative, so I can now go into the building. Hi guys. So I am now driving out of the Perodua plant in Rawang, and yeah, so I just finished the half a day here checking out Perodua's new D55L SUV, compact SUV, or known as widely reported as the Ativa, although they are not officially confirming that name to us. Now, what do we know? What can I tell you about the car? I can tell you it will cost an estimated 63 to 73,000 ringgit, and there will be a total of 3 variants offered. Okay, and here's the clincher. All 3 variants, even the base model, will have advanced safety assist, ASA, and we are talking about not just the basic ASA, but this is ASA 3.0, whereby there's, you see, the thing is that Perodua with ASA, they had ASA 1.0 that was initially launched with the Myvi, and then after that they improved it with ASA 2.0 on the aurizn that featured improved detection. But now with ASA 3.0, the Ativa comes with adaptive cruise control, although that's only available in the range topping model. You have adaptive high beam assist, you have lane keep assist, you have blind spot warning, you have rear cross traffic alert. So with regards to safety, Perodua in this instance have really taken leadership. They have really redefined what what the market can expect with regards to safety for budget cars. Okay, so the other thing that you will want to know, of course, is the engine, and it is a 1-liter 3-cylinder turbo. Okay, making about 96 horsepower, 140 newton meters of torque. It's a turbocharged engine, but it's no direct injection, so it's port injection, and it's mated to a CVT. They call this a split gear CVT. Now, why is it a split gear CVT? Because at low speeds it functions like a normal CVT. Okay, it's belt driven, but at higher speeds a planetary gear set in there kicks in to share the load of the transmission. So basically what it means is that the torque from the engine is being transmitted to the wheels simultaneously via the belt, as well as the as well as the planetary gear set. And this, Perodua says, reduces the strain on the belt and contributes to lower wear, and also and also less whining noise, because you know CVTs have this bad habit of whining at high speeds, and Perodua says this solution eliminates that, all right, or rather reduces that. One surprising detail of the transmission to me is the service interval. The Perodua engineer I spoke to says that the oil change interval of the CVT fluid is at 100,000 kilometers. So I think it's a bit on the high side, but they have also assured us that they have done their endurance tests, they have done their durability tests of the transmission in Malaysia, in Malaysian driving conditions, and so they say they are confident that the product can take the beating of Malaysian driving. All right, so we had a view of the car, and also we had a chance to drive the car, but unfortunately I can't show you any footages because we have been asked not to keep our cameras in our pockets. Okay, and so I'm only recalling it to you by memory. So first thing about the driving experience, we drove up we drove in Perodua's test track. One of the exercises involved driving up a slope, 10 degree slope and a 15 degree slope. Okay, I found that even with the transmission in D, the pickup going uphill proved to be relatively effortless. So it's nice, because what it means is that even you can gently, you know, ease the car up a slope without it feeling strained, and I think that's a characteristic that I truly appreciate. Now, the high speed behavior of the engine and transmission also is of the car in overall is also rather commendable. The straight line stability is all right. Noise levels are low except for wind noise. There's a high level of wind noise, but the powertrain is very, very smooth. The CVT is also very, very smooth. And yeah, and the noise levels, in fact, we actually popped the bonnet to see the engine idling, and surprisingly there is very minimal vibrations, right? Even though even at idling, even when I compared this recently with the Nissan Almera and the Proton X50, the Ativa's 3-cylinder engine's vibrations are at idle are rather low. Okay, so what else? So that's the driving experience, and well, the Perodua test track also included some high-speed bends, and I have to say that the directional stability of that I feel of the car it's still not quite as assuring as you would get with a Proton. so you won't throw it into a bend quite so enthusiastically like the X50, but it's entirely adequate for day-to-day use. All right, and yeah, basically I think for its target segment of buyers, there really is no complaint. The way the car drives, the comfort levels when soaked up uneven the uneven patches of road that were built into the Perodua test track proved, show that it's a firm setup. It's a firm setup, but it soaks up it irons out the rough edges well. It rounds off the rough edges well. So it's hardly an uncomfortable ride. Okay, I would say that. So the overall driving experience is it's not a negative one. It's not sparkling. It does not inspire or make me go wow. But there's nothing in it that offends. It just feels like a decently put together, a very well refined, a very well honed car. Definitely a step up in terms of refinement from other existing Perodua models, and perhaps we can attribute this to this being the first Perodua model to be underpinned by the modular Daihatsu DNGA platform. Okay, it's basically an offshoot of the TNGA platform, definitely. And what Perodua tells us is that the benefits of this platform is that firstly, it enables Perodua to more rapidly roll out new models in the future faster. That's one thing. Okay, second thing also, for future models, this platform is better future proofed. So it is able to Perodua can integrate a higher level of future tech into this car compared to its existing platforms. Also, the DNGA platform also entails the use of various high strength, high tensile steels that mean that they can make their cars stronger and lighter at the same time. The other thing that we had a chance to look at, of course, is the interior and the exterior of the car. The overall styling of the car, I would say, is it's decent looking. It's decent looking. Once again, I use that term again. It's not offensive. All right, I can see many people will find its styling very agreeable to present-day tastes. The interior is spacious. It's typical Perodua fare. It's solid. Okay, a few touches of flair here and there, but in terms of quality, definitely it can't trouble the Proton X50. And this brings me to a question that probably is in everyone's mind. How does it compare to the Proton X50? The answer is the X50 is easily a 30,000 ringgit costlier product, and it shows that way both in terms of its exterior design, its interior build quality, as well as its performance. So definitely, if you are shopping for something, you know, with a bit higher tastes, if you're coming from a premium car, the X50 and you want to downsize from a premium car, the X50 is still a more appealing option. But you see, where I see the potential of the Ativa here is for existing owners of the Myvi, of any you know, the Myvi, the Aurizn, the Persona, the Azia, all these national cars, all right, B segment national cars, all those people who were driving previously in the 40,000, 50,000 ringgit price bracket. This is something that you guys can stretch yourselves and upgrade to. Or if you are if you are shopping for a range-topping Myvi, the Ativa is not a very big step up in terms of your monthly repayments. So it's a leap that certainly is worth considering if you are shopping at that price point. So all I have to say about this car is that once again, Perodua has shown that how to build cars that Malaysians want. They know, it's like, you know, they know that, okay, there's a checklist that Malaysians have in what they look for their car, and they nail that checklist spot on every time. Okay, so from what I can see, all right, I think the Ativa has great potential to be a very successful model for Perodua. Okay, I don't think it will take anything away from the aurizn. Perodua themselves also they expect very minor cannibalization of sales from other models, but I suspect there are a few Myvi potential Myvi owners may look at this and say, hey, why not make the leap? But somebody who would have been looking at an aurizn would probably not be swayed, because it's a completely different mode of car. It's the aurizn is a hardier, it's a more you know, a utilitarian type of vehicle, whereas the Ativa here is a more lifestyle driven product, right? More urban use, you know, city driving kind of product. So it's a totally different product concept. Okay, what else I've been told now is that the launch date has been set for the 3rd of March, and on that day I will be able to show you a walk around video of the car, all right, and you get to see the car up close. Okay, and yeah, so that's it. Until then, take care guys, stay safe. I'll see you in the next video.